What should I do if I think I'm called to seminary? Or how do I know if I'm called to seminary? Again, this is something that can be somewhat difficult when we're trying to discern our vocation. It can be hard to figure out what God's will is and to get away from the noise of the world. The first step, the most simple step, if you think you're called to seminary, is to get in contact with your parish priest. It can be scary or intimidating at times, but he's going to be the one who can lead you in the right direction. He's going to point you towards the vocations director, Father Chad Arnold, and our awesome vocations team who will help you along in the process. How do I know if I'm called to seminary? The best piece of advice I can give you is that if that question keeps on occurring in your head on a regular basis, that's a good indicator that God might be calling you towards seminary. That can be the first step that leads to talking to your parish priest, to finding a local seminarian to talk to ask him what his life is like and what led him to seminary. You might find similarities in his story with what you're experiencing in your life. So if you continue to have that thought of, how do I know that I am called to seminary, or how do I know if God is calling me, it's a good first step to get the ball rolling. Another good indicator is to follow the peace. God will grant us peace when we follow the path that He lays out for us, because ultimately God's will for us lines up with the deepest desires that are placed in our hearts. And so our strengths, our talents, and our gifts will help us find that peace that God will give us when we're going down the right path. So those are two ways, the reoccurring question of how do I know if I'm being called, and also the peace that might be brought by following that path are two indicators that you may be called to seminary.